Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, we're going to look at one of the fastest growing games/sports on the planet. I'm not talking about pickleball, I'm talking about Mahjong. We'll be talking about it with two local leaders next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I've heard about Mahjong my whole life, but I'm hearing about it all the time. It's on the news. It's been on Good Morning America. And my good friend Suzanne Gentry, who's a great publicist here in town, says, I have 2 friends that you have to put on your show because this is really one of the fastest growing games on the planet. So joining us in studio, Linda Casey and Ashley Gomez. They're with the Dallas Mahj Club. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Awesome. Okay, Linda, let's start with you. How long have you been playing?
I started right before COVID. And then it really blossomed because you know how COVID just isolated us, and that need, even in my family, our friends, we just really had that need to have some face-to-face contact. So I was willing to get in there and learn it.
Absolutely. And Ashley, how about you?
Same. I learned in 2019. I had a teacher come teach me and 3 of my friends. And Linda and I met right after that and became players together and enjoyed it.
And so when did the club start?
The club actually started in last year. We've had it for a year and a half now, and it really evolved because we were part of a service organization in Lake Highlands, and we played with all of our friends all the time. But then people were having this need to be taught and wanting a place to play.
Yes.
So we just kind of got together, pulled our resources, and said, okay, let's really try to build a Mahjong community.
Okay, we're going to pull up your website, and as we scroll down the website, talk about how active your community has become. How many members started, and how many are there today?
So Linda and I said, if we get 40 members, we'll make it a go. We wanted 100 members, but we probably got 60 from day one,
Wow.
which we thought, wow, that's awesome. And then we ended up growing by the end of the year 100 members. And then this year we took applications and we are way over 100 members and we have almost that many on the wait list. That is how crazy it's gone in just the past year.
And I have to brag on you ladies because you're really good at public relations. I'm a public relations guy, but you got yourself on Good Morning America.
We did.
So we'll hear more about that in a minute, but let's go ahead and roll the clip.
It's time for a little Mahjong Mania.
All right.
This is a game I have become obsessed with. I have a group of women I love. We meet once a week to play. But like so many, we were intimidated by all the tiles, the card, all the numbers. But with a lesson or a little online instruction, it's easy to learn and so fun. So are you ready to get your Mahjong?
It's the game that everyone seems to be talking about.
I play Mahjong with my girlfriends once a week.
Julia Roberts loves it. Rosie and Fran Drescher are obsessed. You've seen it in movies like The Joy Luck Club and Crazy Rich Asians. But Mahjong has been around since the 19th century. Created in China, it was brought to America by Chinese immigrants in the 1920s. Today, there are several versions around the world, all slightly different, including American, Japanese, Korean, and South African. The goal of the American version is to match 14 tiles with one of the patterns on this card. It's a game that feels like a mix of bingo and gin rummy and takes immense concentration, making it extremely popular with people who want to keep their minds active but are perhaps not quite ready to dive into the world of bridge.
Mahjong!
We just wanted to build a community of Mahjong players.
And it's just caught on. I mean, it's just blown up.
In Dallas, Texas, Lindy Casey is one of 60 women who meet every week to play Mahjong. They love the concentration, the competition, and the connection with each other.
When I moved here to Dallas, it was Mahjong that helped me make friends. My daughter's 5, and I play with her, and so she loves it too.
Megan Trottier saw how popular the game had become during COVID and created the company Oh My Mahjong, making a line of gorgeous tiles, mats, pushers, and other accessories needed to play the game. To make a business from something you love and a need that you saw.
And to make it accessible, right? Because before, Mahjong was something that was always historically passed down traditionally, and so there wasn't a lot of stuff on the internet about it.
Yeah.
And it was very hard to learn. Most of our product is all learner-based, but still pretty. It really made it accessible to all these people all over that maybe you're like, well, that looks cool, but how am I gonna play?
Megan's art director, Anna Wynn, has ensured Oh My Mahjong's tiles are pretty and fun, but also honor the game's Asian roots. The Joker tile she created pays homage to her grandmother, the woman who taught her how to play.
This is Lola. Lola is a grandmother in Filipino.
So this is your Lola.
This is my Lola, yes.
That is a lucky Joker.
Every family party ended with a game of Mahjong. So we ended up falling asleep on the couch, hearing the clacking of the tiles.
Even Gen Zers want to get their Mahj on.
I started my Mahjong club because I just felt like our generation was missing out, and I knew a bunch of our moms were playing, so I was like, definitely thought that.
You were like, what's going on with the moms?
Yeah. I was like, we should do it.
And do you feel like you're going to get a big following in the high school set?
Yes, definitely. I already started introducing it to my friends, and they're already like obsessed. Mahjong!
Who doesn't love that sound? All right,
lingo?
There's so much lingo.
Okay.
It's complicated, but so fun. A few must-haves if you want to start playing.
Yeah.
You need tiles.
Okay.
You need racks.
Right.
And you need these pushers to push out your wall. That's a push out the wall.
Okay.
If you're playing the American version, you also need these cards, which are somewhat terrifying when you first see them. It will all make sense. You get them from the Mahjong League, the National Mahjong League.
There's a league. Are there jackets and hats?
I wish. I would be so in. We had a teacher. You can hire a teacher. Just Google it. They don't cost very much. With 2 lessons, Jill Baker, we love you. You will understand the game and you will fall in love. And it keeps that brain thinking, people.
Okay.
So,
We love it. Down for that.
And I stole the Joker.
And the Joker is very important. You need to remember you cannot use a Joker in a single or a pair.
Oh.
You know what I mean, Mahjong lovers?
This is like fancy dominoes.
Well, yeah, like dominoes with class.
You'll find out.
Dominoes with class.
I'll teach you.
Instead of beer, you drink wine when you do this.
That's exactly right.
I was blown away. I mean, as a PR guy, that's kind of the holy grail, is to get on Good Morning America. That was 5 minutes of national TV time on the #1 rated morning show. All right, so how did that come about, and what was your reaction when you learned that they were actually going to come to Dallas?
So it came about because we are the teachers. Oh My Mahjong is started by a girl here in Dallas. She's 40. Her name's Megan Trottier. And she wanted a couple of teachers, and so she asked us to come teach with her. We were 2 of the first 4 teachers she had. And she was asked by Lara Spencer to do a Mahjong segment, and she needed a place. And so Linda's house.
We hosted it.
With our club members.
Yes, we hosted it. Because we have our club, we had the players, and we had so much fun, creating the different scenarios just to show how widespread Mahjong is. Like, it's from the young to the old and everything in between. I
love it. And one of the things that jumped out at me when I watched that piece was that friendship they're formed at Mahjong. I mean, of course, it's a great way to spend an afternoon, but you probably have people looking forward to hanging out with their friends.
Oh, absolutely. I think that is really the glue that makes it come together. As people want to socialize, they just want to have that moment together, but then they experience the game of Mahjong as well.
Yes, you have some over-the-top events. I found another clip of you. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Good morning and welcome to Oh My Mahjong's first annual tournament supporting all-timers. Come on in, Ashley. Welcome. Isn't this gorgeous? We have tables set up for our tournament. We have 16 tables ready for our players and all of the latest Oh My Mahjong products. But wait till you see this part. Come on in. Isn't this amazing?
My final black one, my flat.
I'll put it over here. You want me to go ahead?
No, I'm gonna pull it. I just don't want these.
Look at the cherry blossom tree.
Okay, Fizz, did you mahjong?
I did.
Yay!
It's my first mahjong.
At a tournament?
It's because he has the best teacher ever.
Yes, that's right.
Of course.
It's all set up.
So cool. Now, that was actually a fundraiser, so maybe talk a little bit about that.
Yes, so that was a fundraiser for Alzheimer's, and we did a tournament. And so Mahjong players love to get together and have a way to kind of compete a little bit.
Sure.
And I mean, it was over the top awesome.
Well, and there have been study after study that says that if you're keeping your brain active, it helps on all fronts. Maybe talk a little bit about, you can't be daydreaming in playing this game, can you?
No, you're in it for yourself. So if you are daydreaming, everybody's going to have a little extra edge on you. But that's the part I love the most is it does, pickleball out there keeps us physically active. Well, I really think that Mahjong keeps us mentally active because it is a process. It is a lot of learning, understanding the tiles, being able to read the card, and finally to implement the strategies of Mahjong.
And you guys are just such passionate advocates that you're going around DFW, actually going to sororities. I think you mentioned that you just got back from Denison. Talk about what you're doing to be the evangelists.
We are. We actually travel all over the U.S. We've been written up in the Mississippi Delta magazine. Hello, Mississippi people. We love you. And especially in places, little towns. We actually have just a passion, don't you think, Ashley?
To create a community of Mahjong players.
To create exactly. That's what we love the most is watching women coming together to socialize, but yet having this game that, like I said, it's just the glue that holds it all together.
Yes, and we've only got a couple minutes left, so I want you guys to maybe talk to that viewer out there who's nervous. Like, I'm in over my head. I mean, do you have like a beginner's table, or how does that work?
Yes, so we teach a Mahj 101 class, and that is 2.5 hours to learn how to play Mahj. And I'm not going to lie, it is not easy. But we are teachers by trade. We're retired teachers, and we just have a Thelma and Louise type.
We make it fun.
We do. We make it fun. We play off of each other, but we get in the ground and really teach them how to play. And then after that, they come back a week to 2 weeks later and take a Mahj 102 class, and it really clicks because we play and we get behind them and really help them find their lines, find what to do. And then sometimes they'll come back for a Mahj 103 or a Mahj 104.
But the first two classes, I think, are really what's impactful. First class is hard. You have to, learn the tiles, learn the cards, and learn the rules of play. But then 102, it all comes together because it's just guided play. And we're there just to support you. And we love seeing those aha moments when they've pushed through the 101 beginning class, and then in 102 they get it, they're golden, they're ready to go out in the wild and play.
Yes,
I love it. So newcomers don't need to be fearful. They are instantly welcomed.
No, we have lots of people they can contact to talk to them through how they worked with us, but no, we make it fun. We make it enjoyable, and people, like I said, they're wanting this. They're really wanting to learn. So it's so much fun.
All right, before we give you your website, Linda will give you the final word. What do you want to say to that viewer out there who's wanting to put their toe in the water?
That's how we started. We just dipped our toe in as well. We've been there, both Ashley and I have, and we haven't looked back. So we hope that you can come and join us as well, get your toes wet, and we'll teach you to swim with Mahjong.
Wow, great way to end this show. We're also going to leave you with the website, which is DallasMahjClub.com. Ashley and Linda, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us, Jeff.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.